It's tabletop time.
I'm Dave, and I'm the narrator of Reboot, and we are close to the end.
Oh, no, not the
That's
end.
your turn, Jen.
That's scary.
That's
the end
how
is
counterclockwise.
scary. Yeah, it is.
The end of Dave's intro, because it's Jen's
it's my
turn.
turn. Hi, my name is Jen. I play Eve, your friendly neighborhood nurse bot.
Yay.
I'm Rob. I play Seb. Trust fund with parental issues.
What's the line from Hamilton? Yeah, I'm a trust fund baby. You should trust me. That's Seb's line. And I'm Jazza, and I play Peter, and I also play the Tabletop Time technician who has been tearing his hair out for a long time and begging for support, which came in glorious style. Like, it was like the scene from Lord of the Rings when Gandalf on the mountain with the army arriving in the 11th hour arrives. We have a dice cam. It's here. You ready? Boom! Oh my god!
So purple.
It's
The
hair
dice
raising.
cam is back. We had a goal. We had a goal that we hit in our live stream, in one live stream, and we're so grateful. And that goal was born largely by two people who now live immortally on the dice, under the dice forever. And I think as a celebration, this episode alone, they can be the foundation of our return
Yeah.
to Dice
Yeah,
Cam.
I love that.
They're going to join us for the episode. Thank you so much, Distinct Dev and Chaos Monster, for your support in making that possible. And it's not just the Dice Cam being back and the future of being able to add another Dice Cam, which we're probably going to need because we're all reaching a lot into the middle. But it also has repaired our mini cam, which was on a really crappy USB. What do you call it? Capture dongle that we had to fiddle with every time and only worked half the time, and now it just works and it's very exciting. Thank you so much. Anyways, I'm very excited about that, and honestly, it's a case in point. Your donations make a huge difference, whether you're a patron or you donate in streams, and the link is also in the description for that, so you can donate outside of stream times and it will still build up to our goals. And our next goal is an extra player.
What?
I've talked enough. It's your turn, Dave. Do you want to
Talk about extra players.
talk about whatever the bloody hell you want?
Oh, okay. Well, we're about to get ready to start an episode. But yeah, we have long since basically preached that we want an extra player at the table. Not only will it mean that our sessions have more interplay between characters, but it will also mean that if we have someone who's sick for whatever reason, we can still play with three. It's pretty hard to roleplay with two people, but we've proven for 2 years you can roleplay with three pretty well. So yeah, that's the current goal, is to secure that extra person for the next thing that we're doing, Ragtag adjacent, TM to TBA, and yeah, and who knows where we can go from there.
Ragtag adjacent, my favorite. Yum, 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 yum.
Are we playing Reboot
Let's
now?
do it, shall we?
So,
Oh, I got that. I haven't shown that yet.
Oh,
Ooh,
yay.
thanks, patrons. Okay, let's go.
Thanks. Last time.
Did you ever end up putting the patron scroll back in?
No.
who wants to recap
We'll do that next week. It's our next goal.
Every week. Well,
what happened last week?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I want
Okay.
Jen to start the recap,
Okay.
and then I want Jazza to finish it. Take it home.
Oh, boy.
So I'm going to tell this.
I did nothing the whole
I was
of
going to
last week.
say, I'm going to tell this from the perspective of Pro and Eve, because I have no idea what Seb did for the entire episode.
He
I
had a
drink.
flaming Lamborghini.
You came in and then we're like,
October.
this is anyway. So last time on Reboot, Pro and Eve made their way to the facility for the plan they had made in the previous episode. Everything was going okay, as according to plan.
The plan
I have lost
that
my
we
headphones.
made. Yeah, go on.
Have
you?
Yeah. No, we're back. We're back.
You all have planned TSD. I've got to say that. You got planned TSD.
You're very proud of that, aren't
Yeah,
you?
I am. Because you're
It's
scared
PTSD.
of not having a plan.
Yeah, exactly.
We have planned traumatic stress disorder.
But this episode
Yeah.
showed us that we don't necessarily need a plan, because things always work out in the end.
It's true.
Did they?
So
Yes.
we
Wrong.
Not for John.
so in order to gain
Was that the
access,
kid's name?
I think so.
Shut up.
quit. In order to gain access into the security room, we needed to find a way in. And luckily enough, there was a small child in which I could poison.
Jazz, why didn't you tell us how that went?
Yeah, so the freaking kid was looking at me, and I was like, I see an opportunity here. So I said, the fuck you looking at?
This child was 4, yes?
I don't know.
And they were
I've never had
smiling at you
kids.
while drawing with crayons. Sorry, continue.
And I like to imagine one of the crayons dangling out of his nose. He's like that sort of kid. You know what I mean? Like,
I believe you walked up to him and said, "What the fuck are you looking at?"
It's true.
oh, yeah. Well, that's besides the point. The point is, he had it coming, and we needed a distraction bad. The window was closing. And I needed to pick a fight with someone, and there was a 4-year-old in my party.
You picked on someone you could beat.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah. It's a strategic move. That worked out well in the end because Eve, this is all on you.
Yeah, it's
Eve gave him a life-threatening amount
Yeah, an entire bottle of Epicac of vomit-inducing medicine.
where he proceeded to evacuate out of 2 exits, which is the name of the...
Yeah.
I thought that was very good.
Thank you. Yeah, well,
on
it took a lot of brainstorming. We had a 2-hour meeting.
It was intense.
Yeah, there were a lot of
What was
options.
the thing? The other name for it.
Poopy.
The poopy something.
The AI generated it was a
The
poopin'
pilfer plot?
puking poopin' pilfer plot.
Yes.
Fucking glorious.
It was a puking. I digress. Child nearly died, is being evacuated, and we pick up where we left off, where Eve used the distraction to walk away and enter the security room. She is now behind a security attendant, watching, enthralled on the monitor, this bold display of human
Evacuation.
I'm picturing that, like, the sweating meme of the guy with the 2 buttons and the rag, and he's, like, sweating, and I'm picturing the one button says, like...
Coroner, ambulance.
It says, like... Stake out the place, sneak into the security room, stay undetected, and then the other button's just like poison a child. It's just like pro.
Yeah. I know what I chose, and I chose wisely.
Okay, so we're gonna pick up our
We're gonna pick
Oh,
up
and
where
but
we left
Seb
off.
is also.
He had a flaming Lamborghini cocktail. We
And then
covered that.
I went downstairs and I met my contact, and we immediately retreated to the upstairs bar to get away from this terrible distraction.
So you were no longer in the place that we had planned.
Yes,
You are
you're going
gone.
back upstairs to the Sky Bar where you had your flaming Lamborghini. Have another flaming Lamborghini.
Okay.
Liquid lunch. So we're going to pick up with Eve. The door shuts behind you, and in front of you stands a completely wrapped, middle-aged man. He's a fairly short stature. He's about 5'6". He doesn't look very fit, and he looks like he's the one who spends most of his time in the camera booth room. And he's just staring at the monitors about 2 meters in front of you in this decently appointed security room. It's a couple of large foot lockers and cabinets on the walls. Don't look like they get accessed very often. And screens displaying rotating camera angles of pretty much every public area in the building.
Okay. Being a medical drone, do I know I have the capability of, like, I don't want to kill him. I'd like to knock him out.
You know what parts of the neck to suppress if you wanted to stop blood flow to his brain, and you know that
Great.
you could knock him unconscious.
Yeah, so Eve is going to approach from behind and try to basically grab him and by the neck
Okay.
and try to push and try to.
So you're basically trying to, like, go from behind and just stranglehold, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And erring less on the side of caution. So, like, if it led to him to worse circumstances, that's
You're
fine.
just attacking him.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay, well, you got to make a combat roll if
Cool.
you're going to be attacking.
Yeah,
That's straight up.
Let's do it.
So he is a security guard in a fairly advanced court building. You are lucky. You found, like, the least augmented, most old school. He's not particularly impressive. So he has base 3. He's got no attributes. This guy, he's not a particularly sort of special fellow.
Poor dude.
And in hand-to-hand combat, he has basic training as a security officer, and like he's got 1 dice.
Okay.
So what's your dice pool?
So hand to hand.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
what you're doing.
5, and then
And you get he's completely unawares. So I
Yes.
believe you get plus 4 dice.
plus 4.
Yes. Does that sound accurate, everyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you pass me 2 more dice?
It's been a long time since we've rolled combat. Like literally maybe like 4 months.
Oh my god!
I reckon it's been like 3 or 4 months at least since we rolled combat.
Must have been, yeah.
Same time?
Yeah, well,
I also feel like mentally we're starting to clear the cache as we start to think about
developing
new
the other game. Yeah,
combat
yeah, that's
systems.
very true.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to roll his combat roll and we'll see what you're chasing. So
Sure.
this is purely defensive, but he gets to take no actions. He can't even take a full defensive roll because he's completely caught unawares. This is just a base roll.
I'm going to enjoy this. Check it out. Oh, wasn't that
He
satisfying?
got 3 successes. He has a thick neck. Lots of eating has given him a thick neck.
You.
This is where it all goes.
Oh no! 1, 2, 3, 4. What did he get? 3
That's four.
successes.
That's only a level 1 victory.
I'm going to use a destiny to make it level 2.
Okay, and what victory are you chasing at a level 2 victory?
Can I look at the sheet? Because I can't remember.
So at level 1, you can enter close combat, you can disengage, you can minor injury. At level 2, you can medium injury. Or disarm, you can just medium injury.
Medium injury, yeah.
From behind, there is the rapid whir, the almost imperceptible due to high quality machining, but that quick like of a robotic arm like shooting out and then pressing in, and you begin to compress this guy's neck, and under this intense pressure you hear the groaning and straining sounds of the glass of your own arm actually like cracking, like not cracking and breaking, but that creaking
Bowing,
sound,
sort of.
bowing like
Yeah.
like it could break. And the man immediately, his windpipe is crushed, and he starts grabbing desperately at your hand. And we're going to go into a second round of combat, but he's got like immediately you actually came in with more force and you basically like throat punched him.
Knocked the
So he's
wind
like
out.
immediately bruised his neck and knocked the wind out of him in that attack.
Nice, says the nurse bot. This is the
Poison a
opposite of
small
your
child?
calling.
Strangle someone? It's a good
So
day.
he's going
Yeah,
to take
we-
a full defensive action. He's going to get 2 extra dice, which is just going to... He's neg 2 dice now. So he's going to have 4 dice again. He can't hurt you in any way. He can only, hopefully, for him, get out of the hold. And he got 2 successes.
Okay. So it's just and again.
4 successes.
Okay, better.
So you have another level 2 victory.
Same deal again.
You just keep crushing his windpipe. You actually hear a crack as something in his trachea gives way. And he's going to take an endurance check as his
I'm the
base
sound
dice
effects guy.
pool is now his base dice combat roll is now, because he only has 4, is now completely taken up with injury. So he now does an endurance check.
So
Now, this endurance check is not taken at any negatives. It's just an endurance check. 2 successes. He doesn't succeed. He needs to equal or beat the amount of injuries he's gotten. So
Right.
with 3 dice, he actually needed 4. He couldn't succeed.
Yeah, okay,
But,
sure.
And this guy immediately starts to go cold, and he's already going limp in your arms.
Okay. Is he still breathing?
You're just going to keep choking him down to the ground, or what
Oh,
are you doing?
yeah.
Okay.
I want to.
So you get him on the ground, make him a nursing check, a medicine check.
Sure.
I'll just have this one at the ready. Okay, we're good. Okay.
I'm going to roll a destiny roll for this
Sounds like
guy.
jungle music.
What was the music?
Oh, okay. I rolled a destiny roll for the guy.
Oh no.
Did you?
I did.
Did you show it?
No, it's a discreet destiny roll.
Okay.
Sometimes DMs need a secret destiny roll.
Yeah.
Not always,
Sometimes
but
you've got to
sometimes.
treat yourself.
Treat yourself to a little destiny
2,
roll.
3, 4
4.
successes.
You do a quick appraisal, and you note that he is out cold. he has some bruising around his neck already, and you do like a little check, and you realize that cracking sound you heard was, thankfully for him, it was basically the sound of his bits, his like tendons in his trachea, like cracking over each other, but nothing broke. So it was more the compression, and it crackled like cartilage crackling, but you didn't actually compress and destroy his windpipe. He will live.
Great.
He will definitely live.
Fantastic.
Well done.
I drag him over to one of those lockers and I shove him in.
Do you?
I attempt to.
Make a strength athletics
he's
check.
a big boy, isn't he? What's your strength, Eve?
-1.
Yeah. Good luck with
So
that.
regardless, carrying like even a normal sized human adult, if they're dead weight, is really fucking hard.
Oh yeah. This is going to be challenge level 3.
Oh, well, I can't even make that.
No successes.
Yeah.
You like tug on him a bit and he just doesn't move.
Okay, that's fine.
He's currently laying
You're
in
like
the middle
doing
of
a
the floor.
foot
I
slides.
kick him. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I let him lay on the ground then and jump over to the security desk.
He takes your permission to lay on the ground seriously, and he doesn't seem to move.
Great.
Cool. All right, you walk over to the security cameras. Is there anything particularly looking for?
I want to see if I can find where Pro is
Okay.
and what is happening.
I'm going to get you to make a probably general knowledge, just how to operate computer systems like this. My brain immediately went for like, just make an analysis check.
Computer says no.
3.
Easy. So you managed to navigate. It's like not too familiar in operating. Like all the programs are open. It doesn't take you long to kind of go, and cycle through the cameras. And you bring up the cafe, and you can see that there are 2 security personnel currently. One of them is keeping people away. The other one is talking to a mother. You can see Pro just sort of awkwardly standing in the corner getting berated by some customer.
What? No, I swear to God, he was being a little shit.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Do I see from what I've gathered, can I control anything from this terminal? So for example, any of the drones or any of this, like what security systems can I access from here?
Basically cameras is what your current terminals are on. There's some lockdown stuff, like panic button style stuff. You don't see any like remote door access or anything like that.
Okay, is there a PA? Like, can
Sure.
I do
There's
it?
a PA.
Cool. I'm gonna do an announcement on top of this. So ring the little PA noise.
Okay. Do you think
Okay.
if the security guards hear that, they might immediately be confused as
That's
to
all
why?
I got. So
Not
Yeah, don't-
necessarily. If it's coming from the security room, they would assume that.
Where they work?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see how it goes. Go for it.
what are you doing, Jen?
Just let her do it.
Okay, yeah.
I gave a fair GM's warning.
Well, now
Yep.
I don't want to do it.
You did the. Are you sure?
Yeah. Now I don't want to do it.
No, do what you were going to do,
No,
Jen.
it's fine.
Had you considered that though?
I consider that I'm a drone, and therefore, if anything goes over the PA, it's pretty like non-conspicuous.
Yeah, so it kind of would be like if you worked at Woolworths and then like Arnold Schwarzenegger picked up the mic and was just like clean up in the aisle 3. Like everyone would be like, who is that on the mic? Like,
Okay.
because they work in the room. There's only 4 staff in there.
Okay, sure.
So you could do it. They might not notice.
You could always try and put an impression.
An impression?
Yeah, you could try and mimic their
So,
voice.
guys,
no, I'm not-
we got to go to the
Okay.
thing.
From where I can see on the camera,
Mm-hmm.
do I have a clear line of Pro from the cafe? Because it's just like in a straight line, right? It's
You
like
go
a
out
few
into
rooms
like
away.
a foyer and then you walk across to like the hotel entrance to the restaurant. This
I'm just
particular
gonna call
floor.
you.
Yeah, you've got a phone. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna
You
call you.
literally have a phone.
Sorry, I totally I thought we were playing something else. I'm just gonna call you.
I thought this was that like D&D and I need to use sending stones.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, spell this, damn it. I ring Pro.
Okay, cool. So we are out in the lobby, and I'm getting harangued. I'm assuming.
Yes, not majorly. Just a few people have been like, one person was like, it was really heroic. how you rushed to aid that child and Heimlich maneuver.
Well,
I haven't seen that one. I'm pretty sure they said that was really dangerous, but look, he's not dead, so it must have been
Especially
a
on
good
a child.
Especially on a child.
my life has been saved by the same thing.
Yeah.
So I did what any upstanding citizen would do.
I thought you just did sort of firm pats in an upward motion on their back to clear their airways, and the Heimlich can crush their ribs.
Sometimes you have to act drastically to get the results. So, anyways,
They
nice
take a
talking
note
to
of
you.
that, and they just go, "Thank you." They walk away.
What's the scene before I get mine?
No one's paying much attention to you at this moment. There are the two security officers. One is keeping people away from the child and the mother. The mother is rather distraught. The other security officer is on the phone organising what you overheard, like a helicopter evac to a hospital of this child, which is en route currently.
I exit the conversation that this person's having with me, seeing my phone buzz, and sort of step aside, like,
Cool.
I gotta take this.
What is your ringtone? That's lame.
No, okay.
Come
It's
on.
beep 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 ba ba da ba ba oh, bing, 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 oh.
Hey, we'll get copyright struck. Stop it.
It's
That's
vintage, very
Yeah,
vintage.
yeah.
Super vintage.
Crazy frog.
And as soon as you did Crazy Frog, I lost all audio in my headphones.
Still,
Yeah.
That's fortunate.
my solution is to fiddle with these inputs.
It's so weird. Like, I can't hear any. I can hear you in the room, but I can't hear you in the head.
Can't hear me in the
And it was only as soon as they both hit bottom and then you put them back up, it was just gone.
Really? Still?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I turned. You good?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, cool. We're better now.
What did you do?
I
Hit a
accidentally
thing.
muted you, Dave. I accidentally.
Just me?
No, I don't know what that does. It's a solo, but it doesn't matter.
Your friend rings.
pick up. Hello. Oh, so how'd you go? Where are you? And thanks for sticking by my side, by the way.
You are welcome. I am in the security room.
Sick.
Make your way over here now.
Will do. Be there in 10 seconds.
And you make your way to the security room. You actually. The distraction is so good that no one is paying any attention.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to take this dude's... Does he have a uniform?
Yes. In the 15 seconds it can take for Pro to get there, you make no headway.
That's fine. I'm
Okay.
just that's the next thing I'm going to do is to attempt to try and take his
Okay.
shirt off.
Pro, are you going to try and sneak into the room and have no one notice you enter
I
the room?
walk in the room because
Or
she
you
called
just
me.
walk
I
in?
walk in.
Okay. Can you make an infiltration check?
Challenge level.
Challenge level for this one is only going to be 1. Basically, you're walking with confidence, but if you fail it, some random will notice you. There's no one security here. Yeah, 3 successes. Okay. You move like you're meant to be going in there.
Okay.
The door opens and you see Eve. What are you doing at this moment? Tugging on the shirt of an unconscious man on the floor with significant bruising around his neck.
Let me give you a hand with that. And I walk up and go to shove him in the closet.
Okay, I'm going to get you to make a strength athletics check. Eve, would you like to assist with anything?
No.
Don't, please, for the love of God, do not try and assist me.
There are other ways to assist that aren't.
Can I...
4
got
successes
4.
is plenty. So where are you taking him?
Into a cupboard. Yeah.
Cool. So you open up one of the sort of disused tall cupboards, slump him into the corner, and he sort of sags down into it. And then you can shut the door quickly enough that it bungs his knees into it and get the latch shut.
Before the door closes, I turn to Pro and say, should we take anything from him? His security card, for example.
That's a great idea. And I go reach in and just grab it.
Also, do you think his uniform would be useful to you?
Yeah, okay. And I open up the cupboard again. I'm just really excited that I have door sounds.
Yeah.
So
I imagine the shirt is going to be like 2 times.
It's all going to
too
be.
big.
He's probably wearing like a 2XL
Yeah.
in everything,
Fine.
and he's 5'6".
But just the shirt. You wouldn't need the pants.
I'm not like a tiny guy. So I think it'll mostly.
He isn't. He 5'6". So I'm thinking he's much shorter than you.
Oh, okay.
So you're probably like 5'11" at least, right? What,
Yeah.
How big's Pro? 5.
I'd say just under 6 foot.
It's under 6 foot, 5'11". So he's like 5 inches shorter than you and much larger. So it's going to be a very bad fit, is all I'm getting at.
Fine.
I'll keep my pants. I still have slacks on.
Yep.
So I'll just chuck on the security shirt, tuck that in, wear the pants a little higher around the waist.
Okay. You look like you're wearing your dad's shirt. You're like a kid wearing their dad's
Yeah, I like
shirt.
try and fold it over at the back and tuck it in a way that, like, let me make an infiltration check to see how well
go for
I
it.
wear the suit.
Deception.
You reckon?
Nah,
I reckon this one's
infiltration's
infiltration.
fitting in, not being seen.
2.
2 successes. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You make some strides and you tuck it in. And
Okay. How do I look?
he looks okay.
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 Like you're making the best of the free uniform you get handed before you've bought your own that fits you properly.
I'll take it. And I tuck the lanyard in my pocket and close the locker.
I go walk over to the door and I just say, I'll keep lookout.
All right. And I'll do what I got to do.
Awesome.
And I stay away from the window and the door or whatever is there. I assume there's one of those like little windows in the door.
No, it's actually just a sealed door. Yeah.
I just stand near the door and just keep
You
my
just
ear to
tap
the
it
door.
with your knuckles or something.
I'm hacking.
Okay, let's make a hacking check. So what are you trying to do?
I am trying to get the cameras set up in a way that we can do what we need to do on the floors we need to do inconspicuously. And because I believe Zhang's getting access to the lifts
She's gonna
via
handle the lifts.
by a SEP. So I don't need to do any of that. So
like
I'm trying
fake
to create
camera loops?
Pretty much, yeah. Sort of pre-recording and faking a playback thing, like in Speed.
Okay, so I'm going to get you to roll a hacking check at a level 2 hacking. So I'm not going to give you a solid challenge level. If you get 2 successes, you can disable the cameras. If you get 3 successes, you can basically freeze frame them like it's not an amazing job. If you get 4 successes, you can have like convincing loops of activity occurring that are quite, you know what I mean? Like, so the second option is it's like a still frame, and if they might notice after a while that like there's no movement there. The third one is like loops, and it's really clever. Fourth one, sorry. 5 successes. All right. You successfully, after, it takes you like 5 minutes, you manage to set up some recorded loops, completely concealing your logs, completely concealing that you've ever manipulated anything at all. And in front of you, the cameras in the elevators leading up to the 70th floor are all managed. You have cameras completely handled. And not only that, in 4 hours, they're going to return to normal and continue, so that if it's not picked up, it will never get picked up that you ever did anything. Yeah.
All right.
Except for the unconscious guy in the cupboard.
I turned to Eve, like literally just thinking of that, and I'm like, okay, the only loophole in this is they're going to start looking at our tracks if this fellow here, not at the locker, wakes up or they find him too early. So we could frame him as being passed out instead. Think that might be a little wiser.
Well,
Bruising on his knee.
he knows he got attacked, although he might forget, because when you get knocked out, you do lose short-term memory sometimes. You do, with 5 successes on your hack check, you can actually pretty much remove your existence from the camera logs up until this point.
I do that.
I'm going to say it wouldn't make any sense for you to remove your existence entirely, because there's too many inconsistencies in the restaurant. In terms of Eve coming in, basically what you'd replace is the lobby cam after you've gone into the restaurant. So as far as the cameras are concerned, you're still in the bar.
Yeah.
And I never came in.
And you never went in the security room.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I'll do that.
You clear it up.
I open up the locker. And
Just leave him in there.
won't that look way more
Well, then if he wakes up in 2 hours... If he's on the floor, they're going to be like, oh,
No, I was going
shit.
to chuck it back in the chair and
Eve. You got any more of that Ipecac?
you want me to roll it?
No, she
No,
used
you
all
used
of
I
it.
used all of it.
Yeah, that was very specific that we poisoned the child with all of it.
Okay.
Do you have access to employee files by any chance?
Let me just check. And I try and get access to employee files.
Just like medical records.
Yes. Yes, you are in the system, and you do with a destiny roll
I
20.
press enter and bring up Brian's profile.
Does this person have any medical conditions?
Uh,
Is he allergic to peanuts?
Are you going to kill...
No.
Brian has had an interesting career and medical record. He actually had an early knee replacement due to early injuries that he had in the intercorp sports games sort of in his 20s. He was very athletic. He's won a lot of accreditations. But... yeah, he had a serious cartilage injury and he had a knee replacement, and he kind of got forced out of sport, and it led him into he's got a few notes in there on like a previous history of like anxiety and depression, probably due to his sedentary job. There's some psychiatrist's notes there that basically say that after his sports career ended, he
buddy.
kind of ended up in a job he never wanted.
Yeah.
And
Even
he
I
started
both
eating
just
a lot
like
more.
tears running down our face, just like reading this.
What did you
profile,
want out
like-
of this?
No. I wanted to see if like we could, so like if he was prone to seizures, for example.
He has
there
no
a-
other. He's about.
That's okay.
He's 43. He has an ex-wife and he has one child who's
Let's-
aged 9.
Let's try and be simple with
Their
this.
name is Jim.
Thanks.
I think there is a more straightforward way to solve this. Is there a connected bathroom to the security room? Surely.
No,
Really?
they just use the bathroom
They
in the
switch
lobby
out.
complex.
Right.
There's 4 of them. Could just leave him in the
Just
locker.
leave- yeah, just
I have a
leave him
really
locked
bad
up.
idea.
No more ideas. We're leaving.
leave him in the locker.
All right, we're done
You're
here.
taking his
Yeah.
stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
As I said in the room description, it doesn't look like anyone uses the
great.
lockers frequently.
Great. And we were never here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just left.
Yeah.
I peer the door just a little bit to see if there's anyone on the other side. And
You're
when
fine.
it's clear, we go.
You walk out.
Okay.
You're standing in the lobby.
I shake your hand. Like, I put out my hand towards you.
All right.
Say,
Now
"Good
we
work."
just got to get up.
You leave me hanging?
Oh, I shake the hand. But I invite you to come wait by the lifts, and I think I'm going to touch base with Zhang and just sort of wait for the go-ahead for when we can use the elevator.
She replies, waiting on Seb.
Okay? Meanwhile...
The last I heard, I was talking with
You are
the
now
lady.
up. Yes.
No,
okay.
we
So
hadn't headed up yet. We're still in
back
the
in
restaurant.
time. You're leaving the restaurant.
We're still in the restaurant.
Okay.
I
You'd
would
agreed
like-
to go upstairs with
Yes,
her.
but I
though.
would like to time getting in the elevator with the vomiting child. Because
Exactly.
they're heading to the roof as well to get an ambulance, a helicopter ambulance.
You think that that'll take like a good bit of time? Like when you're there, vomiting child is just being seen to. It takes you a couple of minutes to sort of for her to get her bags together and organize the meeting at the roof, and then she's like, "Let's go." And there's security personnel still like on the phone organizing stuff. You think it could be 5, 10, 15, 20. Probably more like 10 tops.
Okay, yeah. I'll head towards the elevator then.
Cool. Door opens. You get in.
Are these two there?
We'll be probably in the
No,
security
probably
room.
in the security room. At this
Is there
stage.
anyone else in the elevator?
No.
Fuck.
Empty.
That's
You
a
wanted
little bit-
people in the elevator?
Yeah, I want
Alright.
people in there as a distraction.
Destiny roll. 5. There is no one else in the elevator.
Cool. All right. Get in the elevator.
I'm excited to work with you, Sebastian. I've got a lot to talk to you about.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is purely a meet and greet to find out if you're a good social fit with Ambin.
Oh. Okay, of course. Awkwardly, it's in the elevator for a minute. She checks her phone.
While she's distracted on her phone.
Yes, yes.
I would like to surreptitiously try and insert this USB drive or whatever this thing is into the elevator to begin the hacking process.
Make a perception check.
I need dice.
You need dice.
I need all
the
the
dice are
dice.
the same color. It's very peculiar.
Yeah, we should get some more dice. It's a
I mean, we have
stretch
them. I just
goal.
don't know. We have them. I just don't know where they are.
We do.
What's me
We
challenge
cleaned
level?
everything up nicely, and now
Yeah.
a lot of stuff's packed away.
What's me challenge level?
Challenge level is 2. 1 even. 1
Whoa,
to
well.
2.
2.
2. Okay.
Damn.
You quickly ascertain where any interfaces would need to go, and there is a steel panel screwed into place over it. It says maintenance only, and you sort of like nastily eye with the annoyance that any person in any crafting notes, as you notice a proprietary screw thread on the little screws that undo the metal panel. Like, you know how they have those stupid, like, it's not an Allen key, it's
You're
like a weird
kidding.
key that you have to put in to unscrew the panel.
Oh, that's dumb.
Elevator reaches the roof.
Seb just looks depressed.
Seb's like,
Just
I was just going to slot and go, but
yeah.
I'm going to drop the USB thing into the corner of the elevator as I'm leaving,
okay.
and
Oh
then
my
press the button on the elevator to go back to the mezzanine, like
Okay.
the lobby that these two are in.
Cool.
And then I'm going to try and text them a message to let them know what I've done.
Okay.
And then I'm going to head to the bar.
I'm going to roll a destiny roll.
Oh my god, that was going to have to be visible, Dave.
All right.
This is quite the gamble. Oh boy.
Destiny.
Oh boy. That doesn't give you
a real
another
destiny roll. A 6.
Wow. Can I take the 10?
The elevator goes down. You guys get a text message. It hits the level. The doors open. The doors close. As Pro and Eve are in the typing. All right, I think I've rerouted the cameras and deleted.
I was talking to her in the lobby when they ran off. You said several minutes had passed.
I said it took Pro like
Yeah.
a good
I did
10
have to
minutes
strangle a
to
dude.
actually hack.
Hey, look, you were-
he
you
hacked
were
and
cornered.
rerouted an entire camera system. He's in there for like 10 minutes easy. It's okay. They know it's in the
we
elevator.
know it's there, and you got it right in the corner. And
Okay.
it's a whatever.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the elevator. You've noted. You've all noted that not many people are coming up and down these elevators.
Okay.
Yeah. So as Eve and I are
And you
walking
could always
away,
just go back in
awaiting,
and get
so
it.
I sort of message Zhang or whatever, awaiting news, and then as we're walking around the corner, I see this message from Seb like 4 minutes ago, like whatever it was, quick, get to the
Yeah. Get to the elevator.
I dart to the elevator and start hammering that button.
Nothing happens.
I know. Gotta try. If you press it multiple times, it makes it go faster.
wait, and I got my security swipe thing, and I'm like, is there a place for me to do something?
And you
with
look
that?
at it, and it is an ID card with a photo and a name, and it says security. And you're looking around, and there is a panel. There's a panel that you immediately recognize as a biometric handprint panel, not a swipe card or a
Get the
tap.
knife.
Get the knife.
It's okay.
It's okay, guys.
It's okay.
It's
I
all right.
message back and I'm like-
you have some good tools at your disposal. Remember that 20 on the Destiny.
I message back and I say, I think you seem to have left your wallet.
You don't need to be cryptic.
The text.
You're
No, I-
texting me.
No, I know. You left your wallet in the restaurant downstairs.
Okay.
You can just make yourself scanned
Yeah.
briefly.
What happened when we got upstairs?
You walked in, were seated at a table. She's ordered drinks and is basically just small talk for now, just trying to keep it light and friendly.
All right, I'm just going to be like, I'm sorry to do this. Can you excuse me for 2 seconds?
Of course.
I get a nervous bladder on helicopter rides.
Smooth.
Make a performance check.
Performance?
Persuasion, something to roll like. You know what I want? I want to make a charm check.
Is that supposed to be charming?
Yeah. That's charming.
I
really like to go to the toilet.
have a weak bladder.
You guys, there's a difference between being charming and being seductive. If you're in a position of power as a businessman like that at a meet and greet, having like a vulnerable, like I'm going to be vulnerable.
Shut my pants.
There's a line.
Roll charm.
What's my persuasion challenge level?
I just want to see you roll it.
You're pretty damn charming.
3 successes
Alright.
is plenty. 4 successes is
With that
she
subtle
takes it really
garnish
well.
of pout.
That's basically what I was getting. Everyone's giving me shit for making you roll a check to see how well she takes that check. She takes it as if you're being like quite humble and joking and just being polite about it and being like, okay. And she's like, of course, no worries.
Then I'm going to head towards the elevator and the bathroom.
Can
and just press the down button again. Back to the same floor.
Right,
Can you attempt to fart as you walk
And then I'm going to go back to the
a
toilet.
different elevator door opens
I go to the toilet.
downstairs.
No. I go to the actual toilet on this floor.
He needed to pee. He wasn't lying.
Okay.
And then when I get back, ideally, I can press the button again and get a different elevator.
No, because the door just open and close.
What about my button?
Wait, so no. Well, I send it down again before
Wait,
there's
wait.
more than one elevator.
Yeah. It opens, he presses the button, he goes to the toilet, comes back, presses the button
And
again.
the same elevator
Alright,
opens
roll
and
Destiny.
So
closes.
the same elevator went up and down in the time
It
I took a
didn't
pee.
go up and down.
Stayed
I
on
pressed
your
the button
floor.
and it go down.
Okay, sure. After doing this 3 times just because I want to be annoying, the elevator dings and your USB is in the corner.
I send it back to their floor.
And
Okay.
shortly after the elevator door opens in front of you and there's a USB on the floor.
Did he?
Oh, thank
You
God.
have literally been saying that it's been like ding, 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 ding.
Did he say why he couldn't get the USB in?
As you start talking, I run into the elevator.
I hold the door and walk in.
All right. And then I immediately see.
I hold the closed button on the doors.
Okay.
Closed. I hold the open button.
Oh, that's when it doesn't close.
I hold the open
Sorry,
button
the open
and
button.
say to you,
Yeah.
want to run back to the security room and see if you can find that tool? You know what? Give me a second. I run off to the security room.
Okay.
I hold the button open.
I'm going to roll Destiny roll.
What was that?
Six.
Stop doing that.
Stop it!
Did
Where's
I
the
hate
US-
the
where's the
dice
USB?
In the elevator with Jen.
Jen, your drone eyes, that was a Destiny roll of 6. Your drone eyes widen and you're like, no. As the door shuts, as you have gone into the security room, door shuts behind you, you're like searching for the thing, right? Your eyes widen as 6 people run across the lobby, including like a trolley from a restaurant being used as a stretcher, and they say thank you for holding the door, barrel into the elevator and swipe a handprint and then like press the roof button and the door shuts.
I grab that USB.
You pick it up off the floor.
Yeah, so I've
Cool.
at least just got it. And I ride up with them, I guess.
Perception check.
Oh, mother.
I subtly send you a message as I'm going up saying
Oh my God.
I am
comedy
going
bit, I
to
love
the
it.
top
Do I
floor.
find a tool? Don't make me Destiny.
I imagine you didn't look at what actual tool needed to
No, I
unlock
would've-
it.
Yeah, I think you would have.
That's what I was
Yeah,
saying. I was
I'm happy to
responding
give you that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
He doesn't have a tool or tool belt or anything on him, the security guard. But
The security room.
no, you don't see anything. I'm telling you, it's not in there.
Yeah.
Even if you succeed or pass a check, it's not in there. But before you get distraught, your character starts to go. Before that happens, you see the open computer with like the blinking full access to personnel records that you had already opened just before. You have the full access to the personnel records of the building, including staff and like what their jobs are and what access to things they have.
All right. I bring up maintenance.
Okay, cool. And you note David Newen is the only human maintenance personnel, and he is currently working on the 45th floor. Do you know anything else about him, or you just know he has the key, like the tools
Blood type?
and access? His blood type is A negative.
Does he have an office or a
There's a maintenance
closet
room. Yep, there's a maintenance room.
on our level.
Yes, on level 45.
Okay. I go to
You're going to head over there.
There.
Okay. So, upstairs, the elevator opens at the top floor and a bunch of people rush
I
out.
hold that elevator open for all those
Just holding
lovely
it open.
people to go through.
And you see some paramedics like rushing in with a stretcher, doing a transfer. Make a destiny roll. I'm loving the destiny tonight. I'm having too much fun.
What is it? 8 or 5?
That's
It's
a
an 8.
6.
Oh, the 6. Oh.
Again, that's the third 6.
bam, bam,
A
bam.
paramedic runs over to you, ignoring the other
no.
people. Eve unit, medical. That was fortuitous. Can you give us a full rundown on what happened and what the condition is?
Certainly.
Okay.
I shimmy justice to the child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get you to make a deception roll? Now he's got good perception, but I'm debuffing him
Oh my
Just put it in
goodness, I'm not deceptive.
because you're a
Don't
drone, so
lie.
his arms are down.
He
Challenge
seems to
level
have
2.
ingested something that does not agree with his stomach. He may have suffered some type of...
okay.
Deception
Okay.
isn't the art of not lying. Okay, you pass. You pass. You
Okay,
get
well,
it.
we're good. Never mind.
You basically rail off all the critical information as a medical bot would. Like, you know, you're programmed to, like, a doctor comes in and you can give them, like, these are the important bits of information in the correct order, suspicions and everything. And he's like, thank you. And then he just turns back to the patient and they start to take them out, leaving you there.
Yep, wander over back to that elevator.
Cool. Oh,
And I press the button.
you were still in the elevator. You were, like,
Oh,
in
great,
the door
great.
of the elevator. yeah.
Fantastic. I close that door as fast as possible.
Meanwhile, I'm heading to the maintenance office.
You reach the door of the maintenance office. It says maintenance.
I see if I can discreetly open up and see roughly
Let's see
who's
if this
inside.
is terrible. Hello. It's terrible.
Oh my god!
It's not set up. I'll just do it myself.
Hang on.
Mickey. I'm Mickey.
Ricky,
Mickey.
Mickey.
Can I help you?
Yeah, David is needed to clean up a whole mess in the restaurant.
Boss. Boss, you're needed.
And there's some sounds of rolling and then footsteps. And then the door opens and you look down and you see this like little wheeled robot with like a mop bucket as part of it's like literally like a Roomba with a mop bucket attached to it. And it's got like a little sort of cartoony face on it, like it's from Cars or something. And it was what was talking to you. And there's another robot in the room that looks like it uses the mop bucket. And then there is a middle-aged man, very meticulously dressed in the corner, who's sitting up out of his chair, and he walks towards you with a friendly smile.
Hey,
Hi.
there's a bunch of venue damage after a bit of turmoil. Security's been on top of it, and now there's a child being escorted off the premises for medical reasons. But if you could sort out the facility, that would be appreciated.
Oh, that's not really my job, but I can send the robots to go do it.
They said specifically they just wanted to have some eyes on it.
Make a deception check.
Deception or persuasion?
You're lying.
I'm persuading.
You're persuading him with a lie.
Okay, all right.
You can't get around
Fine,
lying by
fine.
like just saying you're.
I got nothing.
Oh my
I got
goodness.
freaking nothing.
He says, "Oh look, I really want to help out, but I have other duties today, so I will contact the janitor."
Look, they tried to get a hold of Tim. If it's not you, it's me, and I have a huge hangover. Could you do me a solid, man? It stinks like puke, and I just
With respect, I don't know who you are.
different departments, and I've just been transferred. Look, it'll take 10 minutes. Do you mind? I'll owe you one. I hold out my hand and say, Michael.
He already doesn't believe you because you failed your deception check.
Is that also not the name on the security badge?
You're not wearing the security badge.
No, I've
Oh, you are wearing the uniform.
Yeah.
Says Jason on it.
You are wearing the uniform. All right. He's like, seems really confused. I'll go check it out. Sure.
Cheers, man.
And he heads out with his 2 little robots. They're following behind him.
I still stand in the doorway and look distractedly at my phone as if I'm doing my job and just forgetting to walk out of the room. And as soon as they're around the corner, duck in there and look for a tool.
Make a perception.
Oh my god.
Investigate this bad boy.
Challenge level
2. Don't fail.
I didn't fail.
2 successes. You find a toolkit, and in the toolkit, you find a key-looking thing used for the elevator.
I grab it, and I am out.
Cool. Elevator bings on the ground floor, and Eve is face as the door opens.
Pro.
Oh, thank
I hold
God.
up the USB.
I hold up the tool and
Cool.
step in.
You open the box and put in the USB.
I do.
Hold
The elevator stays open and on the
And
ground
step
floor.
in. I set the floor number to the floor we need to get to a contact.
And nothing happens. And you get a message from Zhang saying,
Oh.
this is going to take me a little while, but thanks, you got me in.
Yeah.
When I'm ready, I can call any elevator anywhere you want.
Okay. Well, the door will have shut automatically. Waiting
No, it
for
stays open
It stays open
because
until
you're not allowed to be in there. So on the 45th floor, the doors are just open. You can walk in,
okay.
and then the door doesn't automatically close.
Well, I'm wearing a security shirt, so I'm just down and I'm like dealing
no
with
one's
the thing.
paying any
Yeah.
attention. They're all gossiping about the child that was just escorted
Yeah.
out.
Plug in the thing. Blah,
And
blah,
about
blah.
15 minutes later, I'm assuming you just charmingly talk to this lady.
I'm intentionally discussing with her, like, you know, her goals and motivations, why she got into the business. I'm trying to make it less about the business she works for and more about the person behind it. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. And after about 15 minutes, you all get a message that says, we've got full access.
All right. Hallelujah. And I press the button to the floor of this
Are you
person we're
guys,
trying
you
to-
two doing it
I
without
s-
Seb?
I just press the button to the floor.
It
shoots
goes.
Seb a message.
I probably haven't had a long enough meeting with this person to make it seem
It's
convincing.
been about half an hour.
Yeah, no, I won't go.
Okay.
Unless
Elevator
we-
rises.
Maybe we go to the roof.
You're on the roof.
No, we're
no,
not.
they're on
We're
the
on the
45th
45th floor.
Oh, I thought you were up with me. Okay,
No,
never mind.
As I press the button to the level we want to get off at, but I say to Eve, floor destination or kill time and the roof terrace.
I believe the child that I poisoned is being evacuated from the roof. I don't believe your presence is a good idea.
All right, well, cameras aren't going to be an issue, so floor it is. I text Seb saying, meet you on the floor. And we sort of step out at the level
Okay.
and into the hallway.
You're standing in the hallway.
I duck off to the side. There's usually
I think
little
we can
seats and
safely
lounges
allow
and-
enough time
yeah.
to pass for Seb to wrap up his meeting and join up with them.
Yep.
Okay.
You have control of the elevators in the building. You're not on a clock, and no one's noticed the guy that's missing
Yep.
in all the commotion. At the appointed time,
Yeah.
I'll be in touch. Awesome. You head down, and you all arrive on the 70th floor.
I hate elevators.
You're where you want to be. You know where his apartment is.
Ah, good to see you, Seb. Feels like it's been 1,000 years. How's your day been?
What the hell did you do to that kid?
He was interrupting my R&R. I'm here on my designated time off, company assigned, and he ruined my time. I was role-playing. It's a thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't explain what you did to
I'm
him.
here, aren't I?
You assume that he did something to the child.
Yeah, it was her. Whole bottle of Ipecac. It's fucked. You know better than that
That's
medically.
horrifying.
Yeah,
And here we are.
All right, well, we're here. May as well get it over with.
he'll be all right in time.
Correct.
Maybe.
Well, enough people have diagnosed him that I'm confident of that. Mostly. I just sort of like walk down the hallway
All right, what room number was it?
and I pull up the
You've
dossier.
got it's one of few apartments. It's not really a room number. They're numbered like, it's 703. Head over there.
When we get there,
The door is in front of you.
do we knock or do we just enter?
We just enter.
Didn't Johnny say he had blackmail against him.
Incongruent says he has blackmail against him.
Did we ever find out what that is?
Nope.
Do we have access to it for the
He
purposes
said
of this?
basically once you're in contact,
Yeah.
he will, basically
Okay.
get in there, get contact, and then he'll lay his
You're a
hand.
security guard.
Yeah, you're right. All right, both of you. And I indicate to both of you to just sort of step to the side and maybe flatten yourselves against the wall so he opens up and all he sees is me.
Okay.
Shit, what am I going with? Security.
There's been an incident in the mezzanine. We need all residents to evacuate.
We don't want him to evacuate.
Yeah, that'll open the door. And we just push him back in.
I knock. Yeah, because they're in a quiet hallway.
Okay.
There's music.
Okay.
What?
The door knocks. There's a wait. You hear the clinking of something on the other side and some heavy footsteps across the room as they lead towards the door. And the door is aggressively pulled open, sharply. In front of you, you see a man.
That's as aggressive as I got, sorry.
You see a man in his late 30s, perhaps early 40s. He seems grizzled.
Murray.
Thanks for ruining the drama of the moment. Cool. He's wearing a ballistic vest and standing there in jeans and a shirt. On one hand, open carrying is a shoulder holstered pistol, and so in one other hand, he's holding a tumbler of whiskey that's like half full. Door pulls open.
What, boy?
Hello, I am here with security. There was an incident downstairs. I'm not sure if you've been made aware of it yet, but we're just having brief interviews with people who are connected to those who were in the vicinity. Do you have a minute of time for a few quick questions?
Make a deception check. Roll your character sheet. You have your character sheet?
It's
We need you left your character sheet on the table.
I'll get it.
it's just gone there.
Oh my god!
Okay.
So you counted.
We're breaking the illusion. While we get the character sheet, can we just sort of say, what?
What
This
is happening?
This is in 2 seasons of Reboot, in episode 25, there's another player?
guest player.
Oh my gosh, this is
What is
fun.
this, Critical
I
Role?
wish it was like this every week.
Yeah, I do too. That would be
If
so
only
cool.
there was a way that might be possible in the future. Say,
If only there was
Patreon or donations.
Patreon or stream goals. Yeah, that would be crazy cool.
Well, let's see how fun this is and how long it lasts. And no pressure, Murray.
All right, so your roll, you're going to be countering this roll with your perception to see
Okay.
if you basically believe his lie.
Oh my god.
Oh boy,
That's a good perception roll.
I got 2. You got more than 2.
6 successes.
I got some more.
You see like that. You immediately, Elias's eyes track everything. You see that there is like spittle on the collar of the shirt that was almost unnoticed. There's like abrasion marks. The top button is actually popped off, and you can see where the frayed little bit of fabric is. The shirt is 2 sizes, maybe even 3 sizes too big for the man wearing it, but also too small. You spot that instantly. You can tell that there's a nervous pallor around him, like he's unsure of what he's saying, and you know he's lying to your face. You also know...
Do I know he knows?
You also know... make your own perception check.
Yeah, okay.
You also know every security person in this building by name and profile. You've read all their dossiers. You're very paranoid. You know everyone who works here, and he doesn't work here and wasn't hired recently.
This is my perception check. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And 4 is enough to know you've been rumbled instantly. Like you just spot the way his eyes dart down and back up, and you're like, uh-oh.
Okay, in that instant, I jump into close combat immediately.
You know attack?
Full body grapple, full body in.
What's your reflexes?
Because he's got a gun, yeah.
Yeah, what's your reflexes?
1.
Okay, so you're tied for reflexes. You got to roll off to see who's got
Okay.
priority.
Murray.
Oh, okay.
Are you two reacting? I think
Yeah,
these two
I
are...
feel
wanna
like this
stop
will be
this.
a bonding
Okay.
experience.
What's your reflexes?
Well,
0.
0. So they're gonna get the drop on both of you. Who's going first?
Murray's.
So
Murray
Murray
won.
declares after you because you rolled a 6, right?
I rolled 2. He got.
He got a
So
6.
you declare what you're doing first. What type of move
I
are you
said
making?
exactly what I'm getting into close
So
combat.
you're just attacking. You make charging. Or say
No,
charging.
I'm gonna say what's the equivalent of
Cold shot.
Yeah, basically.
Cold shot, close combat. You get +1 dice, but you
Yeah.
can only achieve that result.
Yeah.
Murray, I'm going to coach a little bit because this is
Hey,
Murray's first
we have
time.
a portrait for Murray, don't we?
Yeah, we can show off Elias.
Let's do it.
Check out this awesome character.
Hey.
You'll notice the company he works for based on the pocket on his security. there.
Niall, very nice.
I like his apartment.
Yeah, that's literally what
Yeah.
the door. We open up the door, and that's what I see.
So you can choose any of these actions, basically. So you can
Order off the menu.
order off the menu effectively. Now the main thing of use here is to use a targeted attack to basically try and pick a different victory level, or just roll as normal. You can roll to
No idea.
if you don't want to hurt him or gain a victory level, you can go full defensive. You can also pick any equipment you might want to use and what you will be fighting with, and just let me know.
Okay.
There's someone sneaking past Elias.
Ega.
We got in. I thought we should get a few of those combat sheets because it's been a while. All right.
Thank you, Umbra Scurius. Cyrus.
You're gonna say
Umbra
Congress.
Cyrus.
Cyprus.
This is honestly the best D&D setup I've seen. Says the new
Oh,
chatter.
wow.
That's what we're going for. Oh, that's good
So,
to hear.
all right. So, what I want to basically do is grab this fairly scrawny boy, I imagine,
Not scrawny.
by the front of the shirt.
Yeah, he's
And
not a
grapple
small
him
guy.
and drag him
He's
into the
actually,
room.
yeah, he's more built. Okay, so you're basically going to just counter with the same thing. Just roll a combat roll, I think.
Okay.
So you're unarmed.
Yeah.
What's your roll?
8 + 1.
Tell me how we got there.
I have 8 unarmed combat because I am an unarmed combatant primarily.
Okay, so you have
That is my
multiple points
prime-
in the skill of unarmed combatant.
Yeah.
And base 5 with 2 attributes. And
Yeah.
3. So you have
I'm a
3
war
in
vet
unarmed combatant.
combatant.
And then why do you have +1? And then you
'Cause
have
I've
neg
cold
1 because you're
shot.
unarmed. Fists are always unarmed. You
Ah,
always have neg 1. It's
surely-
fine.
anyway,
it's fine.
alright.
You have 8
Okay.
dice total.
Alright. Yeah.
Cool. And what do you have in unarmed combat?
Also 8.
Cool.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's a roll off.
You go first.
Oh, all right.
I want to know what I'm aiming against.
Grab some.
Have you got your? Did you bring all these?
My yeah.
He's one dice
I've got
shy.
the stuff.
You flick him one.
I just want to point you.
One more, in
So
fact.
two.
Bad luck, Murray. I wish you bad luck, sir.
Very well.
I thought that was his
If
name.
this
Welcome
does
to
go
your
south,
first reboot episode.
have
I
that.
hope you suck.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see what Murray gets.
All right.
Six.
Oh shit.
Only 3 successes.
Okay, that looks more impressive
Three.
from my
3
angle.
successes.
Three.
Okay.
My rolling
Lots of
coming in.
3s. Yeah.
Imagine if he rolled advantage.
That would have been terrifying. He doesn't even know what that means.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
3 successes.
It's another-
Reroll.
So basically, what
we
happens? That's just so first round of combat where no one else could intervene. So
Thank you for the super chat, Umbra.
thank you so much. So basically, what happens is Pro lunges in, and in a snap of movement, Elias just grabs up and like deflects the move, takes a half step back, and combat doesn't go anywhere for that moment.
Same.
The 2 of you are now in this
Okay.
next round. You'll be able to be in the order if you want to intervene.
All right, yeah, I'll walk up behind him.
Can I ask a
Behind
question?
Pro,
Like, walk in. Yeah.
there's no space in the doorway.
In a,
I wanna
in a
walk into
free
his
action.
vision.
Okay.
I'll maybe pull his shoulder back a little bit.
In a free action, I'm like, get the door, because I'll be tussling to try and get into the room.
So you going in the room, or you trying to pull
Well,
him
I
back
mean, you're
out?
in the doorway.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so I'll probably just pull his arm, like pull your shoulder back after your engagement. So it makes
Pull
sense.
him Okay.
back.
Because I'm standing behind you, right? So I'm going to pull your shoulder back.
Why?
Eve goes up behind Seb and pushes everyone in. very weakly.
Okay, I'm going to say that the tussle of push and pull from the two other characters and the conflicting motivations cancels each other out. So Seb kind of
You're
pushes
both
back,
wrestling
and then
with each other
Eve pushes
behind
you,
us
and there's
in
a
the
little
doorway.
jostle. So we're just going to have another roll
Yep.
of combat, but you don't have your plus
Well, I
one
was
dice.
gonna
Oh, you're
say-
doing
No,
cold
I
shot
did-
I
close
was
combat
going to
again.
say
Yes,
something
cool.
too.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, say
It's
it.
like-
He's already fighting. He's ignoring you.
Yeah.
Now, Cyrus, we've got some information about you that I think you'll want to know. If you just sorry,
If you
sorry
just
for my
get beaten
over-
after being attacked unprovoked.
That's why I was trying to pull you back.
So you have options. You can choose to use Destiny. You can add wins to your rolls. You can also use Destiny to give yourself advantage, which means any 3s count as a success as well. Jazza has just rolled 5 successes on his combat roll. You can also choose to use equipment if you'd like to. So what would you like to do this round?
You said equipment as if that's something.
Upon your hand impacting his hand, you immediately knew his arm was cybernetic.
Alright, and him tussling with me is simultaneous with...
Yeah, they basically cancelled each other out. It's all simultaneous because Jazza has chosen to just like attack you. You could go all defensive, but that's still happening. While Seb is behind him saying, "Hey, I have information." There's this other guy attacking you.
Alright, so I need to basically create a response to being grappled.
Yeah, so this is the combat side of things. You can speak as part of this, but how are you responding to the combat? Like, are you just continuing to
wanna
fight?
have a conversation.
I will just brace, like, small person is like, listen to me!
He's not that much smaller than you. I know Pro looks smaller. He's shorter. You're like over 6 foot and a big guy. So yeah, to you he is smaller. But he has muscle on him. He's not just a scrawny lad anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing? You're just bracing, going full defensive as if you don't want to hurt him, or are you going to keep fighting?
I'm gonna go... No, I basically want to go defense, but I want to put a hand on him.
Okay.
So, probably grapple in return.
Okay, so that wouldn't be full defensive. That's just you're trying to get the top jump on him. So you're just rolling against his 8 dice. Are you going to use Destiny at all?
I am.
You're going to use
Can you
Destiny
fiddle
for
with your mic
advantage?
cable? And I don't think
Mic cable?
I don't think.
Which one?
Yeah, your mic.
Yeah, you've dropped out. There you go. That's
Hello.
better.
There we go.
there you
You
go.
dropped out. I don't know what happened.
Alright.
So you're going to recap. You're going to make an attack with giving yourself advantage by burning a Destiny.
Alright. Cool.
Which does nothing.
No. Oh.
Yay!
So 2 successes.
Level 3 victory for Pro. You may enter close combat. That is the only option.
Ah, crap. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm in close combat.
So basically, Pro pushes into the doorway, and close combat means you're now like wrestling. He's in and fighting with you.
I think
And you've
it's
stumbled into the doorway now.
we're in the doorway.
Like you're
Chapter 7
stumbled through the door.
Close the door. I try and moderate my voice, and I would hope that in the finesse of, like, even though I could have done more, I would hope that in this, like combat's a language, right? This person obviously speaks that language, and they surely can understand. I'm not harming right now,
You're
but
just
I
trying
could
to.
have. I am just getting in to grapple and hold him, and all I'm trying to do is clearly I've
man
been
is
caught
in-
out in a lie.
Is home invading and trying to restrain you. I mean, I don't know how you can say shh, go along with this in body language, but I get what you're trying to do.
I also
respect
say, look, we just want to have a conversation.
that. Okay,
I'm going to call Johnny.
cool.
I
Phone
close
starts to ring.
the door once everyone
you
is
both
in
push
the
inside and
room.
close the door behind you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is that why you're so close to me, mate?
And you just hold. So he's not actually like pinning you or anything. You're just wrestling now.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty close.
He's just a bit eager.
We have a mutual contact that.
You still fighting, or are you stopping fighting?
Are we? I'm reading. Like, you know that I'm not going anywhere with this except to hold you still. Like if we were still fighting, quote unquote, I would just be trying to restrain him so he could talk.
Yes, but you don't actually have the upper hand on him.
No, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm in close combat. I'm technically moving, like declaring first, and he's quicker. So you can read my intent. Is basically what that means.
You're declaring that you're just trying to restrain him. You're not trying to injure him.
So I'm not going anywhere with it, except that it's like now that I'm in close and I've like got arms wrapped and stuff, you can tell like if you go to fight me, I will fight, but I'm not trying to fight you.
Okay.
What do you do?
All right.
Elias.
With that sort of understanding, so I'd say we have a pretty mutual contact, I would say. Now take your hands off me if you want to have a chat.
And in response, I let go and step back.
All right, I check my whiskey tumbler. Did anything spill?
Oh, destiny roll for that.
Oh, it's not on the dice.
A 14. You are still holding on to it, which probably allowed for why you didn't. You're at least justifying to yourself why you didn't do too well in that fight. You managed to, like, even while wrestling, you like juggled the whiskey up and like were fighting one-handed, and you're still holding it. Kind of, I imagine you were thinking like, is this going into this guy's face, or do I get to drink it after?
Does the liquid go in, or does the glass go in?
Yeah, the liquid is okay.
Can I make a perception check around the room to see like any potential threats like that may be laying around?
You may, but we'll get to that once the immediate
Sure.
tension of this moment is over.
Sure.
I at that point, now that we're in the room of this guy and we're actually having a
In
conversation,
his quite well appointed apartment. It's
Yeah.
very nice, really nice apartment.
that's when I sort of step back and indicate to Seb, and I'm like, look, I was just here to help get us in. I'm not the spokesperson of the operation.
I can tell. sort of that fake dusting yourself off.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and sit down on a couch
Okay.
and then gesture to another seat for him. As if I own this place.
Looking around the room, you note a wealthy bachelor's pad. There are cigar butts in ashtrays sitting on the table, and many empty bottles of liquor, as well as some computers and paperwork strewn about. It looks like this person, Elias, has been going through something recently, and perhaps has an issue with drinking.
Has my phone connected to Johnny yet?
No,
Oh,
Is it just ringing?
yuck.
it stops ringing.
He's the one with the information. we
Yeah,
need.
well, he's busy. Maybe he's doing a robot poo.
All right.
You might have to talk to Elias on your own for a couple of minutes.
I'll shoot him a text and say,
I have
we're in
started
with you, mate.
picturing robot poos. So
Right.
thank you.
While
for
you're
that.
doing that, I'm going to walk over to like behind, the couch facing you. Put my hand and tumbler on one, backrest. Draw my pistol, and sort of tap the other side of the headrest in time to probably your phone going boop, 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 and say, "Why don't you all have a seat?"
I'm already sitting.
Gesturing to the other two.
Eve complies and finds a
Yeah,
seat.
I sit down. I'm like, I actually don't want to elevate things. We're here for it to be constructive. And this is
Maybe
better than I
you
hoped.
can let me know why you've decided to pay me such an informed visit tonight. Wearing someone else's clothes.
What, you don't think this is my size?
He's just like,
I lost weight. What?
You want some honesty? You're a hard man to find, even harder to get to.
that's kind of the intention.
Yeah, well, hopefully that gives you an idea of the importance of the reason that we're here.
I don't know, what could that possibly mean?
Well, if my associate would answer his fucking phone, I'd be able to tell you. But, suffice it to say, we have some information that we think you'll direly want back.
Do you?
Well, my associate does.
The person who's not picking up your call right now.
That's the one.
Well,
Do you
isn't
awkwardly
this
dial
just...
it again?
Yeah, I want to keep fucking calling it.
You just like can't be there with your thumb like under the phone, just under the table going...
I want to text Zhang and say, make Johnny answer his fucking phone.
I seriously picture him just like looking at the phone, just like.
He's like, nerd.
He doesn't answer.
Oh,
It's been 30 seconds.
The gun's just still tapping on the couch.
That's
Well, why don't we fill this awkward silence with some pleasantries?
Sure.
How about that?
Why not?
You all seem to know my name. I'd love to know how you know that. But let's settle with your names.
My name is Eve. I am a friendly neighborhood medbot.
she also
May I be
likes
of
Spider-Man
assistance?
references more than the usual medbot.
I can also tell jokes.
Can you, Eve? It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
And you other two?
Mate, she just poisoned a kid. She's the one you. It's not a pleasure.
Am I near Seb at all?
Yeah, you're sitting next to him on
I
the couch.
kick you in the shin.
Can I get you to make a general knowledge check, Elias?
Mm-hmm.
You make a general knowledge check. Challenge level 3 with more information on a 4.
Oh god.
4 successes. You have worked closely with drones, and this behavior is already very peculiar. The fact that a Ning Yao Eve unit would be even responding with jokes is unusual, but then for her to kick a human in the shin for like calling her out for poisoning a child, which not only confirms that she poisoned the child based on body language, which alone is an aberration, and drones shouldn't be free thinking and behaving like this. So you're immediately like, obviously you don't have to act on that, but information like pinging off in your head like this drone is behaving very oddly, and that is very suspicious and illegal. How you feel about that is up to you.
Well, this is already improving my night. We've got someone wearing the wrong outside and someone wearing the wrong inside, it would seem. And what's your story? Please,
Hang on,
I'm
hang on.
enjoying myself.
You're keeping it to the surface, buddy. Just because I'm wearing a weird outfit, I'm fucked up on the inside too. I hold up my hand. It's like,
Brilliant.
Peter was pro. Got murdered by him 3 weeks ago. But I'm better now. Feel like we should get to know each other intimately because I feel like we already have some
Because you're
information on
hot.
you.
Intimately.
We already have information on you, so sharing is caring.
I sort of looked like I was like reflexively going to shake a hand, but after like I got murdered, but the hand holding the gun sort of stops moving and goes back to tapping.
You left out the part where he was part of an international crime syndicate as well. It's pretty important information.
Reformed.
Do tell. What crime syndicate would that be? Something local? Just...
Oh no. Conglomerate.
Yeah.
Oh!
The Circle.
He might not know me.
Has Elias heard of the Circle?
I answered
Yes. I'm still getting used to this. So I'm.
You looking for Johnny? There you go. He's in the room. There you go.
No, we
This is who is on the other side of the phone, especially for Murray's reference.
Hey, partner, we're with you, mate.
Sebastian, have you laid an egg? I have 5 missed calls.
Yeah, well, time is of the essence.
Right. What can I do for you?
We're with you, mate. The one you have some information on.
Oh, Elias. Put me on speaker.
Done and done.
Hello, Elias Killian, is it?
Perfect. Someone else who knows me, apparently. Yes, that would be me. Me in my house. And who would this be?
You can call me Johnny. I've been keeping tabs on you for some time. I like to keep tabs of all the little corporates.
Brilliant. I take a swig of the whiskey.
So, my little team have a job they need your help with, and I have several compelling reasons why you should help.
Oh, so you're seeking employment. I would never have guessed. And what reasons could these possibly be?
I know what your sick little company has been up to, Elias. And I know that as head of security, you have to be privy to it.
If it's about the postage fees, I'm afraid you'll have to make a complaint.
No, it's more about the bodies. And the shipments. And the... well... violations of all things you might call sacred. I'm sending you a file now, Sebastian. Feel free to play it.
The gun starts tapping a lot slowly, but a bit harder.
I look at the gun, smirk, and then play the video.
Okay. I'm going to say, like, you can Chromecast it if you want to a TV
sure.
in the room pretty easily.
Sure.
To haptically flick it over.
Tony Stark it, yeah.
Yeah.
You see, suddenly, a sketchy looking recorded POV from the eye level video. You can hear the whirring of machinery so close to the microphone that you can only assume it is the recording of a robot. It's walking, holding a crate, stepping down the back of a delivery van into a really shoddy slum area. Take some steps into the back of a warehouse. You can't picture or perfectly find this location where it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Enters this room and a crate is opened, and inside there is a tank, like amniotic fluid in this tank, and a lightly twitching human body. Across the room, you see a man standing. His face is distorted from the camera. It just looks like blurs and glitches. He's wearing a coat. He looks down. There's a couple of other people in the room as well. A person you recognize, but in casual clothes, as a member of one of the internal Nile security teams, walks over, hands a clipboard. Another delivery. They're intact. Yeah. Brain dead like the rest of them.
Sort of start walking slowly over towards the TV, sort of ignoring your existence for the time being.
You notice on the side of the vial, the big pod, Reboot Corp, is emblazoned on the side of it. The pod is opened. This amniotic fluid sinks out. And this human who looks to be a young man, maybe about 22, just fluid sinks back. There's a reflexive in the air, and then just this pouring of and then coughing up this fluid, spluttering, and then just this shallow breathing. The man walks over, lifts up an eyelid, light in the eye, no reaction, slaps them across the face, no reaction, pinches them, a minor twitch. The eyes move left to right slightly. It's like I said, completely blank. There ain't no person in there. So your clients will have fun with this one, yeah? Good. And I will say you're only hearing one side of this conversation. The other side is garbled and distorted. Well then, we continue to have an accord. You take our medical waste, have fun with it. We get our slice of the profits, and our Captain's Club gets access to your premier services. There's some garbled responses. A handshake. The person turns towards the robot. All right, pack them up. They start to take the pod, closing it up, moving this stuff back. And then the recording ends.
I immediately and slowly turn around, pointing with the hand holding the gun, but not with the gun. The sort of, my finger off the trigger is doing the very firm pointing towards the phone, probably sitting on the table. So, where did you get this, and when?
Well, I've been tracking Nile shipments for some time. I was looking for something else, but I found this instead. It seems your buddies have been shipping their offcuts to the circle. Where did I get it? Well, I recorded it. And when? This one was a few weeks ago.
I turn back to the blank screen, back to the party, and I just sort of, as if sort of talking to myself, mulling it over. You can't really fake that sort of distortion, that garbling, the scrambling. I know at least one of them. I fucking knew it! I knew it! I start stalking back behind the couch. Fucking bastards have been doing this for ages!
I look at Eve. I'm just like, I'm a little lost in this.
Alright. You, the one on the phone. What do you want?
I wanted your cooperation, although I assumed it would be at the point of blackmail. Am I to ascertain that you are not liking what you see?
There have been missing shipments, altered routes, security above my pay grade when I am in charge of these things, growing rampantly missing, altered, and redacted. I sort of kick a bunch of empty bottles that are on the floor. They just go flying, probably smashing against some other side of the apartment. This has been taking up a lot of my time and thoughts for months. Yes, you have my attention. And I put the gun away.
As this is happening, this is when the pieces start to fall into place. As you see, like, the kicked bottles go across, a couple of papers flutter, and you look down and you see, like, a whole bunch of shipping reports and, like, circled areas of the slums and all these pieces of the puzzle that Pro especially recognizes intimately, in the sense that you have been there. You see that red string room just in a different form under these alcohol emptied bottles. You see the pieces of the puzzle of someone pulling their hair out trying to figure something out and not having all the pieces to connect the dots.
Can I bend down and pick up some of those papers?
Yeah, of course.
You, boy.
Peter.
You said you were with the circle, under the circle.
I left the circle.
And you died. There's not many ways you can get out of the circle.
I think that's the only way I was able to.
You needed an out. You are malfunctioning. You are an oddity, and you are well preened, and you have some issue with all of this.
I have issues with many things. Do we have your cooperation, though?
I sort of say, looking around at the room as you're like sort of manically looking between us. I've got a real feeling of deja vu right now. You're in the middle of something. You're finding something, figuring something out. I've been there. We can help. It's kind of what we do, but we need help.
Let's just say that I am the head of my department, the head of security, ex-military, and I am just an ant, a little cog in these works. I could yell something and I'd go missing. I could do something and I would have no effect. You three could do something. What are you planning? I sort of lean over the couch. I'm listening.
Okay, well, we thought we were going to be blackmailing you into this, but maybe we'll just be brainstorming.
Calm as a bitch. I sort of laughed to myself as some sick joke.
We want to work for you. In that, we want to join one of your security teams, a particular security team.
Do you now? Security team for what?
Reboot.
Reboot.
We need access.
Delivery. You want to be on a team delivering something. Delivering where?
Reboot.
The AI core.
The brain.
The top secret department that you would know about. I believe it would be the 3rd delivery this month. Yes, more high-tech components, but the team need to get in there for their own reason. Rest assured, we would be doing a lot of damage, and maybe bringing to light these poor victims of reboots. Oh, ethical violations, it makes me sick.
Whew. Into the core itself. Well, that one is definitely something that's restricted to me, but I can definitely organize who's on that team. Yes, I think we can arrange something. I think we have an accord.
Stand up and hold out my hand.
We need access, and you need or want, and I'll leave an opening for you to.
I want it all to burn and show itself. I am an honest man, and I will try to do my best to make an honest living. And I purposely put down this glass of alcohol, and I shake your hand.
I wait till. Sorry.
So, while I'm shaking your hand, I'm just going to say, and I trust I've got your discretion on our drone and former criminal. Of course, it would be very easy to let this documentation fall into the wrong hands, and I mean, you've identified it so well, it probably wouldn't be hard to say that you've orchestrated it. All of the shipments circled and highlighted where everything's gone wrong.
I respect that. I respect that. You have my honesty that I will do nothing untoward to you unless you respond in kind.
All right.
As you've been talking, I've been looking around the room at all the pieces, and I'm having flashbacks to a previous life. And also sort of glancing at you, and I'm sure as someone who's ex-military, seeing signals of someone's ex-military career, be it weapons or photos or whatever it is. So I'm seeing echoes of a previous life and then memories of my current previous life, which are non-existent. And then I look up at you and say, I can't help but see echoes of myself in you and what you're saying. I hold out my hand. I feel the same. I think it's time for a few things to burn, especially things that everyone can see.
I glance down at your hand. Look up. Reach across and clasp your hand.
Who would have thought anarchy is so very popular?
Says the phone. And there's a light buzz in Pro's pocket.
I check my phone.
You have a message from Ivy. It says, "Call me."
Look, we maybe should take our meeting elsewhere. We have a base of operations set up. Look, sort yourself out. We can send you the details and accompany you there when you get to the bottom of the building.
I can do that. I'm going to go have a shower and a drink.
Keep it to 20 minutes. We're probably going to have a tail if we're not careful. We'll be
I
outside.
Can drink a lot in 20 minutes. You can show yourselves out.
We'll have a bottle waiting for you when you arrive, Elias.
I'm sort of walking out of the room, I'm sort of at the phone.
All right. We head downstairs. I'd say we'd make our way
upstairs.
Are you?
Yeah, he's got to leave
He's
by
got
his
a
helicopter.
helicopter.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You take fine, you man too, bastard. All right. Eve and I head down to the street.
It's bad for my bladder, though.
All right.
Eve points out that perhaps you should change clothes before we head out.
Oh shit. I like, let's say I'll have done that.
Sure.
You turn the shirt inside out.
Yeah. It's fine.
So you dump the shirt in a bin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, in my bin to walk out and go,
As soon as we get to the streets, I call.
Cool.
Bring. Hello? Ivy?
Hi. Peter. I chased that lead down you wanted me to chase down.
Fuck, Riley?
I didn't think I'd find her, but she seemed to want to be found.
You found Riley?
Yeah. I found where she is now. But she moves a lot and you're not gonna like it. She's in Docklands and you hear the sound of like a lens adjusting and you can hear the breeze and seagulls and you can tell that she's like staked out somewhere watching.
Yeah.
She's getting on a boat. A big boat. The kind of boat that doesn't come back.
Fuck. No. Not again. I turn to Eve and I'm like, I gotta go. I helped get you this far. I'll catch up with you as soon as I can, but I gotta do this.
Understood. But Pro,
Yo.
be safe.
Took me a second, realize I reflexively responded to Pro. I'm like, call me Peter. And I pull you and give you a hug. I'm like, catch ya. And I run.
Pro runs off. And I think we'll pick up next session with the party arriving at the group headquarters, welcoming Murray as Elias. That was a great introduction.
Yeah,
That was
so
sick.
good.
That was so fun.
So intense.
We
Dropping a few classic reboot F-bombs, which I love, after post YouTube.
well, it was very justifiable last week thanks to donations. But thank you for keeping us running, everyone, and thank you for bringing our dice cam back. I will restore it to its state. Where's my belt? There it is. But yeah, that's very exciting. So nice to have that back. I think it does fill a missing hole, which is very cool. Yeah.
Can I, because it's going in a different direction, I think I want to do something really unusual now, and I want to announce something ahead of when we usually do, which is the end of the season.
Yeah.
So, one of our biggest patron perks to our top tier patrons is they actually get to make a patron NPC.
Yes, I actually think we should say them
I'm
more
going to say,
concurrently.
yeah. So I wanted to. Usually, we like to hold it back a little bit because it can affect the way players will interact with the character. Elias is actually a patron NPC. So Elias was originally meant to be controlled by me and interact. The NPCs and have different roles in the campaign, as we said right at the start.
Sometimes you see them in a glancing pass, and we don't interact as heavily because we don't know.
Sometimes you kill them. Sometimes you literally kill them. Sometimes you pull the consciousness core out of their body before they have a chance to become conscious.
Do you have, the raffle thing with the wheel? Do you have that visual anywhere you can pull up? Is it on Discords or something?
Not quickly or accessibly.
Anyway.
You could in post pretty easily if we... anyway, so... I just wanted to say that was actually Tickle Duck's patron NPC, who is their character in their reboot campaign that they play.
That's nuts.
So this is the alternate universe. Because their story is that they did something in the city and got really angry and killed a politician and went anti-corp after being in the security, and they ended up in the slums. This is like the alternate universe where they were higher ranking, a bit blah blah blah, and haven't done that yet.
That's amazing.
So it just shows that sometimes you might end up married to a player character, sometimes you might end up being a guest character in a campaign.
So cool.
Who knows?
That's nuts. It is unpredictable, but what is for sure is it's fun. And like Patreon, aside from a way to support us, we really try and give as much as we can. And we have a raffle where we are able to sort of... the other thing too is people who are patrons for longer, you basically get a raffle ticket every time. If you don't win the raffle, every raffle that's run, your chance of winning the raffle increases.
And also, if you, for whatever reason, end up not being able to support at that tier for any longer, they don't delete.
Your tickets remain existing.
So we've had people win after the fact.
So please consider becoming a patron for some cool perks like that, such as the after party we're about to head to, which we have after every stream. So there's really cool stuff, but it is literally the thing that keeps the lights on and allows us to bring Murray in this special occasion, and hopefully for more. So it has a huge positive impact, and we really appreciate it.
All the players of that roleplay group are saying Murray did an amazing job.
Yeah, I'm just watching it go. Yeah, I'm so glad you liked it. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.